What's up, everybody, and welcome to Bios3 Raw TV. We'll do this video real quick before I go to bed tonight. And we're going to talk a little bit about something that I don't think a lot of trainers would tell you, a lot of nutritionists would tell you, a lot of gurus would tell you, probably because they don't fucking know. And it comes to me like it's general knowledge in general, if that makes any sense. But it's so simple that I think people don't pay attention to the basics, which I feel that a lot of people, myself included, should always go back to the basics to how things work. And that is survival, the body's survival systems. Now, fitness and survival, I mean, you don't think it would have much to do with each other, but it actually does. And the reason why I can actually manipulate the body for myself and my clients so fast and get such consistent results over and over again is because I don't think of it as a caloric deficit or surplus. I don't think of it as a vain thing as far as how you want to look, and I also don't think of it as like a weight loss in general. I look at it as a fat loss, okay? Muscle gain and fat loss. And I look at it as hormonal manipulation through the foods. Now, body fat is stored energy. That's basic fact. Okay, nobody's negating. Let's fix this fucking camera angle. God damn, I'm going to make that shit fucking square. It's been a while because it's been square pretty much by itself. Anyways, what the fuck are we talking about? Okay, body fat. Now, no one's arguing that body fat is basically stored energy. Okay, and your body as it moves, and I'm not talking about, this is another big thing. A lot of people are like, oh, you know, I play basketball twice a week, that's my cardio. No, that's daily caloric expenditure, okay? There's a lot of mailmen out there that walk all day long. There's a lot of people that do jobs all day long, and they're still fat. Why? I mean, they get plenty of quote-unquote exercise because it becomes daily activity. And if you don't do something regularly enough, meaning like twice a week you go for a fucking walk in the park, technically it's not exercise. Your body doesn't need to adapt. And by adapt, what I mean? Get more efficient at burning body fat, using those stored energy, the stored calories. I don't like to say calories because people then get the whole misconception about calories and calories out and make it a big fucking thing about it. It's just calories in, it's calories out. That's not true. Now, let's say, and it has to be very general because everybody's different. So let's say we take carbohydrates or fats. We'll take either one of those, okay? Or even proteins. Because proteins, you know, by some people, they think that you piss protein out. If you're pissing protein out in your urine, you have a problem with your kidneys, okay? Plain and simple. You don't fucking take in a whole bunch of extra protein, taking 600 grams of protein, and you just piss the excess out. That's not how it works, okay? Protein, excess protein is converted into glucose, which is converted then into energy or stored as body fat later for energy if the body's starving, okay? So you have three forms of energy: protein, carbs, and fats. And then your fourth one is body fat. Now, if you have a bunch of stored energy on your body, we'll take me for example, okay? So I was 260 pounds. I was eating McDonald's. I was eating fucking Wendy's every day. I wasn't really counting any fucking calories. I was trying to get my proteins in, but I mean, I was drinking whole milk, and I wasn't even measuring that. I was just drinking it out of the fucking gallon. I mean, I was getting a surplus of energy forms, proteins, carbs, fats, probably more than likely carbs and fats than protein I was getting too much of. My body was storing it. So now here I am sitting at 250 pounds. I compete at about 193 about 193. So I'm a light heavyweight. So I got a good 50-something pounds stored on my body, well, due to intestinal mass. So let's say about 40 pounds of actual stored body fat on my body that I didn't need. Now, I start doing cardio. Now, I'm not doing cardio to burn calories. I'm doing cardio to stimulate my metabolism. My body is efficient at using oxygen, and you need to use oxygen to burn body fat, okay? Your body accesses fat by using oxygen. That's one of the big things. So if you can get your body efficient at using oxygen over 24 hours period, if you're deficient in a carbohydrate and a fat that you're taking in food-wise, your body will now use body fat for energy. Now I'm doing my cardio. I start counting my macros. I say, okay, I'm going to be consistent with my macros. I'm consistent across the board every single day. I'm doing my cardio. Now what happens, my body's very efficient. Very efficient what I'm doing, very predictable. So now I say, okay, I'm going to pull some carbs. I pulled some carbohydrates out. Now my body actually goes, whoa, I don't have those carbs coming in. I'm going to talk. I'm going to be my body and my brain now, okay? My body says, I don't have those carbs coming in. And it says, well, what the fuck am I going to do now? Well, I can either use this muscle tissue, break that down to make the glucose, but I get all this stored body fat, or I can do a combination of both. So we're trying to stimulate the metabolism and keep the muscle mass where it's at using weight training so the body doesn't have to. It has to adapt to maintain the muscle mass. So now it says, well, fuck, I need the muscle because I have to do this activity tomorrow. So fuck, what am I going to do? And it looks for stored body fat and uses stored body fat. And since they have 40 pounds of it, I now can fucking start to lose some of that body fat. So I'm losing a little body fat. Now, as time goes on, I'm changing the cardio a little bit. My body's getting more efficient at using body fat as energy. So I'm stimulating the muscle, I'm eating the protein, I'm pulling back on carbs, I'm pulling back on fat. I get up to a certain point. Now, I drop into keto. Okay, so it's like the last 4 weeks before my competition. I drop into keto. Now, in keto, your body's basically burning ketones. That doesn't mean you're eating 500 grams of fat. I have all these people come to me with eating 180 grams of fat. No, what I want to do is actually eat as little fat as I possibly have to. Just the bare minimum, so my body's using body fat efficiently to burn, okay? I don't want to fucking include all those fats. You guys think keto all of a sudden is the bullshit that you read about these fucking health diets, these health-based diets that are for people that are 400 pounds. You're a bodybuilder, your body fat's already low. Eating 100 grams of fat, it's going to slow your progress. Now what happens, my body fat gets to competition levels, okay? As I get to competition levels, now what happens, I'm still expending that amount of energy that I was before. Matter of fact, even more. I'm maintaining the energy expenditure. I now have to find a fuel source to put in my body because my body fat is so low that it's actually starting to get dangerously low. So now it's saying, fuck you, muscle. I'm actually going to burn that muscle tissue. I don't give a shit what exercise we have to do tomorrow, weight-wise in the gym. I'm going to burn that muscle tissue because I need it for energy. So now what happens, you have a fast metabolism and you're very lean. Your body's burning the body fat at the rate that it can't keep up with it anymore. Now it starts to burn muscle. And that's like that last 2 weeks before a show when when your strength takes a dip. I maintain my strength until about 2 weeks before the show, and all of a sudden you start to see the dip. Now what happens is I say, okay, now I can start including the carbohydrates back into my diet. I start reintroducing carbs. I don't like to push the fats too much because you basically only need essential fatty acids, and you only need them to a certain amount. Okay, so now I pull myself out of keto by adding certain carbohydrates back to the diet. And it's not junk. Okay, it's not sugar, it's not bullshit. It's certain kind of carbohydrates back to my diet, and I start fucking playing with them back and forth until I get to the point where I'm eating enough to maintain my muscle mass, get through my workouts in the gym, get through my daily activities, and not go over them. Okay, so now what happens is I have a perfect blend of essential fatty acids, the protein that's meeting the muscle needs that I need met so that I can train and repair muscle tissue. Not necessarily build muscle, but when I'm building muscle, I increase the protein a little bit. I slowly increase the protein to get the muscle mass back up. And I'm eating enough carbohydrates, but not overeating carbohydrates to get my body to be essentially, now it's not 500 grams of carbs. I don't need that. You know, I don't need to, I'm not the type of person that's constantly active. If I was a mailman now at this point when I'm contest lean, I would have to be eating 500 grams of carbs because I have daily activity on top of the fast metabolism that I spiked up for the competition. So now what happens is the competition is over. I'm able to gain the muscle back. I'm able to increase my carbohydrates. So now I'm eating about 30 to 40 grams per meal, 5 to 7 times a day, depending on when I'm hungry. That's how I ate. And I'm not measuring them. I have Nutrition Solutions, which is a company that makes all my meals for me. They have things like buffalo chicken pizza was one of the things in the menu this week. They have buffalo sliders, buffalo meat sliders, like little hamburger things. We have protein pancakes, and all these things come out to roughly 30 grams of carbs, 30 grams of protein, and 5 to 6 grams of fat. So they're already packaged out, portioned out. All I have to do is open the refrigerator. They mail them to me in the mail. I open the refrigerator, I take them out, I eat them. So basically, I don't have to really count anything anymore because that's doing it for me. And then the meals that I don't eat from them, which is usually my my pre-workout meal, has about 50 grams of carbs in it, something like that. I mean, I'm not really fully counting. I'm going by feel, but I'm able to introduce these carbohydrates back into my diet because you have a faster metabolism. The faster your metabolism is, the more carbohydrates you'll be able to eat as long as you're training, and I still do my cardio every day. That's the thing. My body is efficient because I'm still doing cardio in the off season, 20 minutes, 7 days a week. Now, there are days where, you know, Erin and I stay at Erin's house, and she has an elliptical, and I don't fucking like the elliptical. My quads burn out too fast on it, so I skip cardio. No big deal. If I'm home, I'll do my cardio. There might be a day where I get up and, you know, Erin and I want to go have fucking breakfast or whatever. I might skip it and go fucking have breakfast. But the bottom line is 5 to 7 days a week, I'm having cardio. I'm doing cardio every single fucking time when I get up in the morning. My fasted cardio, taking my vitamins in the morning, my multivitamins and minerals, which are super important. Micronutrients are super important. Making sure I get my protein needs met, having the carbohydrates that I need, but not over having them, and it's all from clean foods. The foods I'm eating are clean foods. Even the Nutrition Solutions food that they're making this stuff from are clean foods. They're done with, you know, whey protein, wheat flour, stuff that's not processed, real garbage shit that you're getting. And Next thing you know, I'm able to maintain a lean physique, build the muscle that I wanted to build at the rate that I want to build it at. But the bottom line is most trainers in dietitians and gurus and whatever the fuck it will be won't take the time to explain what I just explained to you because they don't really understand it. They go calories in, calories out. Well, that's why they have people yo-yo dieting all the time. That's why they themselves don't look good all the time. They yo-yo diet themselves. That's why they themselves have to take an extended period of time to actually get into some kind of shape because they're cutting calories, increasing cardio, cutting calories. They don't really understand how it works. And basically, what I just told you guys is how everything works together. The diet, the training, the cardio, all of that stuff works together at the same time, building muscle at the same time, but at the same time, learning that your body is never going to stay the same. You constantly need to manipulate things. There is no fucking template. There is no blueprint. There is no bullshit thing that you punch into a computer and it tells you what to do. It's all individual. It's all up to you, and you can figure this shit out. I do it on a daily basis for people. My clients come to me, I figure this shit out in about an hour. I sit down, I take all their data, and I go through it in about an hour and a half, whatever the case may be, and I fix their things like this. And next thing you know, they're on track, and they get this. They get the results. They understand, fuck, this is how it works. Holy shit. And what it boiled down to basically in the end was survival, not calories in, calories out. Biowestrytraining@gmail.com. I hope this is informational. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. There's nothing to fight about this one. www.biowestrytraining.com is a blog. It's the survival explaining shit. You get shadows over you so you can't see the bicep. There it is. And we're out.